It's the weekly D, come along for the ride. Welcome to the weekly D, we going all in. H-Town legends, yeah, we do it for the win. Talking big facts, got jokes on deck. A podcast so fire, man, show some respect. Plus, dropping in, telling stories so bold. Comedians, hustlers, legends and pros. We keep it light, keep it tight, but we wildin' too. If you ain't laughing, something wrong with you.
Hey, what's up, D fam? Welcome back to the greatest Houston-based podcast in the world, the Weekly D Podcast. I'm your host, Danny G, and today we're joined by my lovely wife, the amazing Noelia.
Hello.
Hi, baby. And today we got a very special episode. Alan is out because we confused him doing missionary work for him actually doing missionary in reverse, and he hurt his back.
Poor Alan.
So he's out. Yeah.
In reverse.
In reverse. But before we start the show today, let me tell you all about our good friends at Tabs. This week's episode is brought to you by Tab Sex Chocolates, because sometimes missionary just ain't enough. You can break it, share it, and bang. Tab increases sensation for both partners and turns your bedroom into a 3D experience. And since it's Mother's Day, look, your mom's put up with a lot. She's raised you, she's forgiven you, and now it's time to let her get her hips cracked. So use promo code LOVE231690 for 20% off your order. That's LOVE 231690 to get 20% off your order on Tab Sex Chocolates. Tabs, making Mother's Day uncomfortably memorable since 2020. Alrighty.
Ask who writes these for you.
I rate them. I write them with the help of our little friend ChatGPT. Most of the time, I give it like 4 or 5 different punchlines and an idea.
The fact that this is something that you advertise.
Hey, my parents are proud.
The way that your mom's face when you told her what you were advertising was like,
her eyes did open, but then when I told her what the check was like, she was exactly. My parents are proud. They're proud that their son has been persistent, has persevered, and stuck to something and made it happen. Let's put it this way. I accomplished, even though it was just a small lump sum of $500, I accomplished something that my parents never believed in. My dad had told me years ago to just quit podcasting. It was a waste of time. Like, nothing was going to come out of it. Look at me now. Paid for dinner on Mother's Day. A podcast money.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm just saying, sometimes all it takes is perseverance, dedication, and not saying no or giving up.
Exactly.
Give me how I got you.
Yep.
Stop taking no for it.
Got tired of saying no.
But yeah, today's a very special episode.
I feel like later you're going to ask me, really, was that what happened?
No, I knew I would work it out. By the time you said yes, I was like, it's about time. I was going to be tired.
My family was like, it's about time.
The fact that you're home.
Your mom was like, about time. Yeah. Anyways, my dad was not much.
Your dad was not
a fan, but my sisters were.
One of them was.
Bella.
No, Bella was not on board. Bella didn't.
Yeah, you're right. You had
Bella
to win her
hated
over.
me.
You had to win her over.
She saw me as a
She loves you.
Now we're besties. We bond over F4.
What did you want to talk about?
I forgot. It's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Celebrating Mother's Day. That's why we have that beautiful promo for our weekly D listeners and their moms. Mm-hmm. So make sure you get your mom some Tab Sex Chocolate, so she'll remember this Mother's Day like the day she had you. Well, we celebrated my mom's 30 years of being a mom. She was shocked when I told her that fun fact.
I know your dad was too.
My dad didn't believe it.
Your dad didn't even know you were 30.
I know.
I was like, get this thing.
He was like, yeah. I was like, I'm going to be 31. He was like, what? Since when? We're old.
We are. We're not that old.
We're still young and dumb in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like doing a budget.
Don't. We're not having this discussion.
You're right. And I want to start a fight. Already fought the other day. We tried to record this.
Yeah.
I don't want that again. I do apologize for my outburst.
Pissed me off.
You pissed me off. We had an outburst. I wanted to keep the conversation going.
And I didn't.
And that's fair. We learned, right? So what makes us a beautiful couple. We discuss it, we learn from it, we move on.
The fact that we don't believe in divorce.
Exactly. So you're stuck with me, baby.
This is actually coming out really cute now that we put Munch Punch. Don't you like it?
Then I spent an hour layering the coats of Pete.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I fucked it up. But thank you for being supportive and helping me with it.
Shut up.
Also, thank you for being such a supportive wife today. You really helped me out with everything. So I appreciate it. But anyways, we had fun today. We celebrated Mexican's Mother's Day with my mom, and it was an absolute blast. I wanted to ask you, do you have a memorable Mother's Day memory? Like something you did with your mom? I'm just like, wow, I had not.
How about we just don't talk about that topic?
Okay.
What about you? What's your most memorable moment?
I have a lot of Mother's Days. Can I tell you what's fucked up about me? Is like, for a lot of years, I got drunk the day before Mother's Day, so I had to do Mother's
But
Day.
you still showed up.
Yeah, I showed up hungover, and I still took my mom out.
Well,
Actually,
and you still went to church.
I still went to church every Sunday.
Hungover.
Never missed. Whether I was hungover, still drunk, or whatever, I was there. There's a couple times where I had to hold my puke in because, like, it was coming up. Sweet Lord Baby Jesus just gave me the strength to keep it down.
Did you drink the wine, the blood of Christ?
Yes.
Didn't that make you more nauseous?
No, it made me feel better every time. Every single time I showed up hungover or like drunk, blood of God.
That is so bad.
It really cleared it up for me. Hey, at least I've never had the wine and the Eucharist and thrown up after.
Who did?
No, I never have.
Oh.
I'm just saying, it's not that bad. I never, I showed up. I did my thing. I would even collect the money. You know how miserable it was sometimes? Especially when, like, they had a very specific way we had to do it, where we would get our baskets, walk to the front in front of everybody in the mass, show reverence to the altar, and then turn around and pick up the money.
How did you not get dizzy?
There was one day, I kid you not, there was one day where I stayed in the center trying to, like, catch my balance.
Daniel, that is so bad.
In front of the altar, I was stuck in reverence, and I was just trying to catch my balance. Luckily, I did, but it was rough to play that one off. Like, it was really rough.
Fatherly.
No.
Because you know how Fatherly is.
Fatherly loves me. This is what you don't know. Fatherly loves me, okay? He absolutely loves me and my brother. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we were very helpful, but he absolutely loved us. But yeah, so I would say my favorite Mother's Day was the first time my mom ever had mimosas. That is the most memorable one. Because I purposely bought my mom we went to Brick House, first of all. Mm-hmm. I was hungover that day, and I was like, I need to find something to kind of, like, balance me out, right? And I was like, mimosas would be perfect. Mimosas and a greasy cheeseburger. So I was like, let's go to Brick House.
Alcohol.
We go to Brick House. But back then, Brick House brunch was the shit, though. Like, it's trash now, but back then, they had, like, a whole build-it-yourself omelet station. They had chicken and waffle. Yeah, they had, like, different kinds of egg benedict. Like, you can get a bacon benedict, a ham and egg benedict. They had carnitas benedicts. Like, they had all sorts of eggs benedicts. Their hash browns, they would give you...
The carnitas benedict from Lupita Tortillas. So good.
Yeah.
Okay, benedicts.
They had, like, the hash browns. They would give you, like, a square of hash brown with cheese. It was so good. One of the best brunches back then. It was fairly cheap. And the best thing was their mimosas. Because they would make it with Grand Marnier champagne and then the HEB orange juice. So it was delicious. I'd take my mom and Michael. We go, and my mom's never...
Michael can't drink at this point.
No, he's still too young. He was like 16 or 17.
Okay.
So we go, I order a pitcher of mimosas. Michael can't drink, so it's just me and my mom. Each pitcher gets you like 4 mimosas, right? I was like, all right. So I order a pitcher. I don't tell my mom what's in it.
And she know it was alcohol?
No.
She didn't know it was alcohol?
The way they made them at Brick House back then, like, you couldn't taste the alcohol.
She just thought it was orange juice?
It tasted like really good orange juice. So
your mom had no idea she was having alcohol?
No. Long story short, we went from 1 pitcher to 4 pitchers. Okay, and my mom, she was such a ball of joy. She was laughing, cracking jokes with us, just having a great time. When it's time to go home, I get up, Michael gets up. Now again, like, I was still hungover. By this time, like, I'm feeling better. I'm not drunk anymore, and I'm just leveled out. My mom, on the other hand, the wind hits her, and she just instantly loses her balance. And she had me have to hold her up and walk her to the car because she was gone. And it was so funny too because we're driving home. She knocked out. She turns the AC on and just passes out. Like we're talking and she's like snoring and everything.
Did she put her legs up?
No. And we already lived in Needville at this point.
Oh, so that's like...
So it's a good drive, yeah. So we get home and my mom's like, I'm gonna go get changed, right? And we're like, okay, we're just gonna hang out here and wait for you. We had bought a cake and everything. So we're sitting there and mom's not coming out. 30 minutes go by, she's still not out, so Michael goes and knocks, and she doesn't respond, but he can hear like a rumbling sound. Opens the door, my mom's just passed out, shit face struck in bed. we ask her if she still wanted to do anything. She's like, no, I think I'm asleep for the rest of the day. And the funny thing was, at the time, my dad worked on weekends. So he was working, and he got home, and he's like, where's your mom? And then we all just pointed to the room. It was so funny.
Watch this.
But yeah, that was my most memorable Mother's Day. That was just so funny. It was so funny, like, the fact that she got so drunk. Like, no one expected it. I thought she was going to be able to hold her like her. I didn't think I was going to fuck her up that bad, but she was gone. She slept all afternoon.
I mean, it was orange juice and champagne. Poor woman. I wonder how her hangover was.
I don't think it was that bad.
The next day.
It was that bad. She slept it off pretty good. I mean, you heard her today. We went out to dinner, and she's like, oh, I'm going to get a mimosa. And I had to remind her those are only for brunch.
She's cute. I remember she tried to tell my mom about it one time. My mom had mimosas before, too. She really likes them.
Yeah.
They look so cute.
Looks good.
We made a vase for his mom for Mother's Day.
If you've ever gone on TikTok and you look up Mexican centerpieces, you'll see that there's a
dollar store, Dollar Tree like hack for
a cute yeah. So it's supposed to look like a bottle pot. For those that don't know what a bottle is, it's adobe, a clay pot. And yeah, so we ended up painting it with baking soda and brown paint, which was a pain in the ass because I didn't follow instructions the way you were supposed to.
It was so many layers.
So we had to do like 5 layers of paint with baking soda. Mod Podge to keep it on there because it was chipping off. And it's done now, for the most part. You just gotta do the fine touches and the flowers and the purple rim.
Well, we just applied the Mod Podge.
Yeah, we're gonna have to dry it at some point.
However the fuck you say that.
Mod Podge.
Mod Podge.
Such a fun word to say.
Mod Podge. Mod Podge. You know, our dining room chairs are so uncomfortable.
They really are after a while.
I really don't like them. They look so pretty, but they hurt.
You always go for aesthetic over functionality.
Well, I wanted white.
Yeah, you got a beautiful white table, beautiful white chair.
I genuinely thought that these would be good for, like, your back. Because I chose them specifically for us to, like, talk after we were done, like, having dinner and stuff.
I don't think any dinner... I don't think I've ever sat in any dinner table.
Yeah,
chair
fucking sucks.
You gotta take a shot. In honor of Mother's Day. Remember, breathe in, take the shot, while breathing in, breathe out.
Okay.
Hello. I thought you liked Centenario. You love Centenario. Best...
I don't like tequila shots.
You know this shit went up in price?
Really?
Yeah, it used to be like $22. Now it's $30. I mean, his chairs are working, though, in a way. It's not fake news. What's wrong?
It really got me in the throat.
You're going to take it the way I told you, that's fine. I'm sorry. So can we have the new Pope conversation today? Or
Sure.
Are you going to try to fight me again like last time?
We can have the new Pope conversation today.
All right, we have a new Pope. Mr. What is he? Leo the 16th?
I thought we said the 14th.
14th.
I don't remember.
14th. Leo the 14th.
XIV.
Yeah.
We're not that stupid.
I mean, we might be. We have resources. I have my computer in front of me. Oh, my dumbass fuck King Leo. Oh, yeah, Pope Leo the 14th.
Yeah, I was right.
Was he the fastest voted Pope ever?
I have no idea.
Because, like, the conclave just started.
It only took him like a day. I don't know. I actually don't remember the conclave taking much longer than like a few days.
I read that it takes up to 20 days.
Wow.
I guess they all had like their plan of who was gonna. Because I mean, we watched the movie Concave.
I watched the movie Concave.
No, I watched at least the first hour.
Anyways, Pope Leo.
Oh, yes, Pope Leo the XIV, our newest pope, an American pope.
The Peruvian citizenship.
Right? Yeah.
Or you?
I don't know. I got tongue-tied. I think I had a stroke there for a second. From Chicago.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what's going to come of it. I mean,
he's a young pope too.
I'm just excited to see, his like what's going to come of it. That's all.
I've heard he's more progressive than Pope Francis.
Yeah.
I
mean, but I don't really know.
I don't know much about him.
I mean, I know that he has a few scandals regarding like handling sexual like allegations towards like Pope or towards priests in his diocese.
Which pope doesn't? I mean, last time we looked into it,
which cardinal doesn't? Yeah. But like, I don't know much more of that. I mean, I don't understand why people that are non like how do I explain? I don't understand why people that are non-Catholic are so invested in oh, is this Pope going to be like gay, like pro gay or like pro this? I'm like, but you're not Catholic. You don't, I mean, and you also don't care to be Catholic because you make constant absurd, like, I don't know, just media about it. But like, there's other religions that you can turn to if you don't want to be Catholic. Why are your eyes just on the Catholic Church? Like, we are a traditional religion. It's just how it is. It's our religion. Not all religions have to be
perfect.
No. I mean, no religion is perfect, but like, not all religions have to be pro, all these things for, I don't know, it's weird.
I find it a weird societal norm.
And like, even for like, there were some women that also were like, they did like a protest where they had pink smoke, like after they chose the Pope, you know how they have black smoke and white smoke. They were at the Vatican like releasing pink smoke so that way they can start like women in the process.
Why?
Right? And I'm just like, if you want that, go to the Episcopal Church. The Episcopal Church does that.
Yeah, like there's traditions. Like, why would you have a woman in that when it's all priests? Like, there's no woman priest in the Catholic religion.
Yeah, I mean,
there's women not.
Like, I understand why, right? Like, they want to be seen and like they want to be put in these, I guess, forms of leadership in the church. But at the same time, it's like, but our faith, like, we believe as Catholics that women have a role and men have a role.
Exactly.
Right? And so, like, if you're a Catholic and you believe, these things, so then why are you trying
testing it?
Yeah, and if you want to, there is the Episcopal Church that follows almost the same, like they call them the lazy Catholics. They're very much LGBTQ plus, like friendly, and like they have women as priests and all this stuff. So like, I mean, but because at that point, they're getting to the point where like they're not following scripture; they're more following what they want.
We're following society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because scripturally, like, that's what the Mass is based off of. It's what of, like, our entire religion
is based off, on the teachings.
Yeah, so it's just, like, I just don't get it.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. And I feel like a lot of protesters aren't even part of the religion. They're just protesting and protest because they have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of protesters, that's their position. It's not necessarily that they believe in what they're protesting. It's just that they have nothing better to do, and they just want to be angry at the world because they're not in a place of life where they want to be at, and their only outlet is to protest.
Yeah.
It's like the people that go throw paint on ancient paintings and, historical things like the Mona Lisa and stuff like that. It's like, what purpose do you serve? You're not helping anything or anyone. You're doing it to get your name and face on the news. I thought I saw someone throw paint on the Mona Lisa, but they were like environmentalists. Yeah, but like, that's always been environmentalists against oil. Why? That's what I'm saying. But what purpose does that serve? It doesn't serve anything. I think people that do that are doing it selfishly. They want to be in the news.
The Mona Lisa is made of oil paint?
What does that matter?
No, I'm just asking, like.
I don't know. That's probably made out of oil paint, but what does that matter?
So
Like,
weird.
what does the Mona Lisa doesn't stand for anything? One, the real Mona Lisa is not even at the Louvre, right? That's a reprint. Like everyone knows that's a reprint that they've had, and they just reprint it and put it under glass to protect it. But it's like there's no purpose that you're serving besides putting your face and name out there.
Yeah.
Like your cause isn't helped by you throwing paint on the Mona Lisa. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it's just
not
a
helped.
look thing.
Yeah, it's not helped by you damaging someone else's property.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very
Like
stupid.
it's a stupid protest that doesn't benefit anyone or anything.
It's so funny because I saw someone say like, how come the Democrats always have the time to put on like these protests and shit? Because Republicans have jobs.
Yeah.
We don't live off of the government.
Again,
We have jobs.
one of the smartest things that ever got told to me was, as a young person in college, you will be Democrat. As you grow older and enter the real world,
wiser too.
Wiser, enter the real world and work a real job, you start paying attention to more things, like where your taxes go, where this goes, and that's when you start becoming Republican. Like, it's just, once you're aware of where things are being spent, like, you don't have time. You're already working a real job. You're having a family. You're having a life. You no longer have the time to just have ideals or conspiracies.
Yeah.
Except for me. I work a real job and I think of conspiracies all day. You know, one of my biggest conspiracies right now is that the Pope is a vampire. All popes are vampires. I'm still sticking to it. I will write a movie one day about popes being vampires. I will film it like a documentary, and it'll be one of the greatest vampire movies ever. Better than Nosferatu. Guaranteed.
Speaking of, I wanted to say something.
Really?
Oh yeah. You wanted to bring up
the conspiracy my dad told me.
The legend or the
prophecy.
Prophecy.
Prophecy of the 100.
Yeah, 112.
Would have been the last, which was supposedly Pope Francis. Supposedly. Don't give me that look, supposedly. Again, this is done on loose research and what my dad told me.
Well, supposedly, what they're saying is that the 112th Pope would be the end of the papacy.
Said it right today. Papacy.
So I wonder, and we were trying to look into it, and apparently it's not like the downfall of the church. It's like before the end of time.
Yeah. I remember that was the thing. It wasn't the end of the church. It was the end of time.
Yeah, like it would be
like
before Christ. And who made this? Saint?
I know it's called Peter the Roman.
Yeah.
The prophecy. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Malachi.
Yeah, the video was saying it differently. You know, saying, what was it? The video said it a weird way, and I was like, oh, that's
Malachi?
Malachi, yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Malachi.
So there's a prophecy by Saint Malachi. It's a doomsday prophecy.
Oh, why don't you ask ChatGPT to bring it up or like tell you the prophecy and read it? We were like scouring the internet yesterday trying to find it.
It's called Peter the Roman.
Peter the Roman prophecy by Saint Malachi. I wonder who your ChatGPT thinks you are.
It knows who I am.
I've asked it. You've asked it?
I've asked it. It's crazy how much information ChatGPT can pull when you pay for it.
Uh-huh.
I asked it. I was like, based off what you can find on the Weekly D podcast, who am I? And it answered, and it gave me quotes. It gave me like shit I've said. You know, it gave me approximate age, who I'm married with, because I mentioned you as my wife. It talked about Chino as one of my best friends.
Did I have links of like who we were?
No. It gave me like episode numbers. Yeah, and it wrote a whole like story about me. It knows me.
It's creepy.
Pope Leo. Because that was the thing. Part of the prophecy I know was that it was going to be a young pope. And it was going to be... It never said anything about America because America wasn't discovered by then. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Okay, what is Peter the Roman prophecy? It comes from the prophecy of the popes, a list attributed to Saint Malachi, a 12th century Irish archbishop, supposedly written around 1139 This prophecy includes 112 cryptic Latin phrases, each one said to describe a future pope from Malachi's time onward. In the final entry, the 112th pope reads, In persecutionem extrema se sedebit Petrus Romanus qui pascet ovies in multis tribulationibus. Nailed that. I know. Okay, the translation is, in the final persecution of the Holy Roman Church, there will reign Peter the Roman, who will feed his flock amid many tribulations. Okay, and then I asked it, why is Pope Leo possibly connected to it? You ready for this? You're like a piranha. No, like a lizard.
Did you ever do that in elementary school?
Yeah, put glue all over you and then peel. Okay, you ready to see why Pope Leo is possibly connected to this?
Sure. Because it was supposed to be the youngest pope, right?
Okay, you're probably referring to Pope Leo XIII. That's what ChatGPT says.
Oh, the third?
A deeply spiritual pope known for mystical visions, including the famous one where he reportedly saw Satan asking God for 100 years to destroy the church. Here's a key thing about Pope Leo XIII. Fun fact, it's not on here. This is off the top of my head because I know shit. Pope Leo XIII.
What are you reading?
Oh, I'm not reading. I'm sure I was referring to the right one. Pope Leo XIII. No, look, you can see.
Just tell me, okay.
Pope Leo XIII is the one who wrote the prayers to Saint Michael, the archangel that protects the earth and human beings from demons.
How do you know this?
Because I'm smart and I know
Look it up. I don't believe you.
I'm telling you, I read this the other day.
Look it up. I want to.
Oh my God, this is killing the podcast.
I don't care. Look it
Just
up.
run with my.
No, I don't believe you. There's no way you know this. Actually?
Yeah. You know why he wrote it? I'll tell you before I even chat GPT this, so you know I'm right. He wrote it because he had visions of what this just said, that he had visions that Satan would ask God for 100 years to destroy the earth. So he wrote a prayer to Saint Michael because he had visions of Saint Michael defeating like whatever came out of hell. And that's where the picture of him like stabbing. Yeah. That's where it came from. See? Did Pope Leo write the prayer to Saint Michael?
What the hell?
Yes, Pope Leo XIII is credited with composing the prayer to Saint Michael. Oh, I'm so smart.
What the heck?
I'm telling you, I learned things somehow. Here's a really short version of what he saw. It says. Hold on, that's not it. Okay, it says sometime in 1884, shortly after celebrating Mass in the Vatican, Pope Leo XIII reportedly fell into a trance or collapse. Witnesses said he appeared pale and disturbed. When he came to, he told those around him that he had just experienced a terrifying vision. He overheard a conversation between Jesus and Satan. Satan allegedly told God he could destroy the church in 100 years if given enough time and enough power. Christ gave permission, but only under divine limits. It says, shaking, Pope Leo supposedly went straight to his office and wrote the prayer to Saint Michael as a spiritual weapon against the future spirituals.
Okay, when was Pope Leo Pope?
Sometime in the 1800s. Right here, it said he collapsed in 1884, and he was already a pope celebrating Mass in the Vatican.
Well, then it should have already happened.
Yeah, 100 years already passed. The devil fell.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the prophecy, I guess, doesn't relate to our current Pope Leo. But it was a Pope Leo.
Yeah.
Church didn't die. It survived. Close.
Still thriving.
We had one guy quit.
We're not talking about this again. We're not talking about
He was ready to be a vampire. What if I'm right, though? Okay. Hold on. I know this one sounds like the most absurd conspiracy theory I've had, right?
Yeah.
But just like Alex Jones, I am 8 for 10 on conspiracy theories that I've called.
Okay, name.
Elon Musk being retarded.
That's not a conspiracy theory.
It was a conspiracy theory until he came out and said he had Asperger's.
I think just by watching him talk.
Dr. Fauci being involved with COVID and COVID being the man-made thing. I was right about that.
Yeah, that you were.
Okay. What else is I right about? Hold on, there's more. I know there's more. Chemtrails being a thing? Like where they see the skies to create storms? I was right about that.
That's been proven, though.
Oh, that was recently proven.
Did you see that apparently there was some rain in Texas that fell and like it was blue?
I heard about that, and it happened in California too.
Did it really?
Yeah, yeah. Seeding the skies. They're putting fertilizer in it until the grass grows.
Yeah.
I bet you that's what it is. That's another
For the
conspiracy
grass
theory.
to grow?
You know, for plants and stuff to grow. That's another conspiracy theory that I won't be right about.
Okay.
The CIA tried to kill Trump. Questionable, but I'm probably going to be right about that one.
With the shooter? I just thought it was a crazy person.
Nope. I'm pretty sure he was tied to somebody with the
I think
Democrats.
they paid him off.
Yep.
Took the fall.
Yep. I was right about the Democrats being behind January 6th.
Yeah, everyone was right about that.
Still swinging.
Literally everyone
What?
was, you know, the crazy thing to me is how like gaslit I felt whenever later on people were talking about like January 6th, because I remember watching the news for January 6th. Like I remember people like being like, I remember there was a parade. I remember people were going to the Capitol, and I remember watching the news, and I remember thinking like, oh, I wish I could have gone. And I remember with my ojos watching Fox News, and I remember seeing people like being led through the White House.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember security guards just like coming, like telling them continue going this way, like, you know, like traffic. They were just going like this. I remember seeing that. And then later on to be like told like, no, it was an ambush. The security officers, like, they were, you know, they were taken aback and like they didn't know what was happening, and it was so much too many people, and like they didn't know what to do, and the security officers felt so overwhelmed my ass. They were guiding them through the White House. I saw it, and for the longest I tried finding that footage and I couldn't find it. I was just like, I saw the news and I know what I saw. You can't tell me that I didn't see differently. I have never felt so gaslit in my life. I was like, this is insane. Like my ex gaslit me, but that was like,
Okay. So I was right about that. Right there. I was right about 9/11 being an inside job.
They're never gonna come forward with that.
There's been videos though.
No, but they're
no. Here's the strange thing. So there's been videos and documentation of beams from the World Trade Center.
Beams
being in other buildings next to it. How is that possible?
What do you mean beam?
So like structural support beams.
Yeah.
In other buildings around it.
Collapse. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it definitely looks.
It was a demolition.
It definitely looks like it was a bomb.
It was a demolition, and I was right about it.
They're never gonna come out with that being like. You know what?
You don't need the government to come out with it. It's all over Twitter. Just dig enough on Twitter, you'll find it. So I was right about that. I was right about Joe Biden not being the president.
It's true.
I was right about that one.
That's very true. I can't wait for them to put...
My batting average for conspiracy theories is through the roof right now, okay?
Babe.
I can take it out on this one, but I'm still studying.
Vampires?
I'm telling you.
You were...
Did you not watch Midnight Mass?
Do you want to tell them about Midnight Mass while I go pee?
Yes, so for any of you guys that have never watched Midnight Mass, it's a show on Netflix that came out during COVID. During COVID? Okay, so it's a show that came out during COVID. And the way it starts is it's a little small town somewhere in America on an island. There's a little church, there's a little community, there's this bitch that runs like the church group that nobody likes. There's a priest that left. He was really old. And then all of a sudden they had a young priest, a Monsignor, just show up in their town. Alright? And the crazy part about the show is that the Monsignor has a lot of memories that the priest that left had. He had a lot of memories. He knew some of the people, but he was trying to play it cool. And at night, strange things started happening. Like people would see him walking around in weird places, or then see him run by them without saying anything. And it was just really weird. Like every time he would appear at night, it just seemed off. Well, long story short, at the end of the show, spoiler alert before I get there, so if you haven't seen Midnight Mass, one, you need to go watch it because it is very accurate to the Catholic religion. Two, it is an amazing story. And three, I recommend it. Okay? But in the show, towards the end, you find out that the old guy who was the original priest went off to like Jerusalem or something, He went hiking, got lost in a cave, and he was dragged into a cave or like kind of convinced to go into this cave by what he believed was Angel Gabriel. He enters the cave, gets bit by Angel Gabriel, and then he becomes a fucking vampire, okay? Comes back to his island, and now he has this thirst for blood, so he has to feed, and he has to kill people and eat and drink their blood. In the meantime, he's setting up for Angel Gabriel to come back to kind of. Okay, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. So he has to feed. He's a vampire. We don't know this yet, but he's starting to do like weird miracles. Like his blood is saving people, healing people. It just gets really weird with the miracles he's doing. All the people in the church and the town start really believing in God and think that he's like the next Christ or like a prophet. And like all the people in the town start going to the church, and everyone's like just in awe because he has healing abilities, right? I remember his blood or something had healing abilities. People were like, everyone started going to the church.
Yeah.
Because he was doing miracles. Little did they know he was a vampire.
Well, this is the crazy part. He was giving them his blood in the chalice during.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
During the
what
mass. Yeah, and then more people were becoming vampires. Weren't they? Oh no, it wasn't until he started feeding, because he had to feed. I remember it in
I
one.
don't remember people becoming vampires.
No, well, towards the end, like his whole plan is to bring Angel Gabriel, who he thought was Angel Gabriel, remember, to the island, and they were supposed to feed on people and convert people to vampires.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and then like like the bitch that nobody likes was really convinced like she was gonna be saved, and then there's the little girl that like got treated poorly by the bitch lady, and she ended up catching the whole island on fire. If I remember right. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while, but really good show. I highly recommend watching it. You know what? I'm gonna start watching it.
I've actually wanted to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it
I've
again.
been
It was
wanting to
really
watch
good.
it.
From what I remember, it was really good. But anyway, Midnight Mass. Definitely
So
go
this
check
is
it out.
what started it.
A mix of Midnight Mass and then finding out how they bury the popes. Finding out that they bury them in some chamber under St. Peter's Basilica.
It's just tradition, babe.
It's sketch.
It's tradition.
Silver? Hitting them with the silver hammer in the head? Again, you never saw the picture of Pope Francis with the black eye. They fucked him up. Okay, I still stand by that. They fucked him up with the hammer. So I don't know about you, but I'm convinced he's a vampire, and I'm convinced that's why he didn't want to get buried in St. Peter's Basilica. He knows he won't be able to get out.
I don't know, baby.
I'm pretty convinced.
Wasn't there something else we wanted to talk about?
Um,
Because I know we need to hit points, or I know you want.
Holy shit, we're already 45 minutes in.
All we've talked about was this.
Well, we talked about the prophecy. That was my main point. Pope Leo and the prophecy. American Pope.
Mm-hmm.
Peruvian Pope. Youngest Pope. End of the Catholic Church. I think we hit it.
You think we hit it?
I think we hit most of it.
Okay.
I think it's a good time then, since we've hit all that fun mumbo jumbo, to get into our.
We talk. We kind of just.
We ramble and mamble.
We talk a lot.
You talk a lot. You're a, what do you always call Arya?
Yeah.
A yapper?
Yep.
No, you're a yapper, baby.
I am not a yapper.
You a yap.
You're a yapper.
I am a yapper. I could be a yapper, for sure. Yeah, we talked about Mother's Day. Those were like the two most important points of this week.
Oh, okay.
It's Mother's Day, Mexican Mother's Day. What day is Bolivian Mother's Day?
Sometime in late May.
It's around the same time though, no? That's in May. Yeah. I wonder why May. Like, you ever wonder that? Like, why do they choose May to be Mother's Day?
Maybe because of Madre? I don't know.
A la madre? The little kid, a la madre. Oh, that's really, yeah.
I saw the clip of that, and whenever he starts Madre, and then the dad, whatever his name is, he's like, no, así no, si lo haces hacer de malas manas, no. Because he thought that he was bad. And she was like, no, it's just the start of the post.
Okay, but before we get into it, one, I need to read an ad for Spell the D, right? Because Spell the D is like the best segment we have on here. But before we do that, I think we need to take a shot.
Oh, no.
It's shot time, baby. You got to. That's part of the game, part of the fun, the festivities. Take a shot for your mom.
For my mom?
For your mom.
My mom doesn't drink, so.
That's fine. In honor of her.
For Mother's Day.
For Mother's Day.
I hate this.
Pa la madre. Pa la madre.
He said it wrong.
Alright, now that we've taken a shot, before we get into Spill the D, let me tell you about our friends at Honeysuckle Brand. This segment is brought to you by Honeysuckle Brand and the Mood Room Garden and Bar. Located at 711 Melby Street in Houston, Texas. Whether you're celebrating Mother's Day or hiding from your responsibilities, the Mood Room's got the vibes, the drinks, and the edible solutions for you. Hit the link in our show notes for 15% off your first order. And remember, tu mamá no necesita flores, necesita un churrito y un break de tus babosadas.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna say.
Honeysuckle, go check them out. Go order your stuff online at honeysucklebrand.com. Must be 18 years or older to participate. Go check out the Mood Room. They have great events every week, every month. Starting with the first Saturday of every month, they have a salsa vinyl night. Every Friday, they have a hip hop vinyl night. Every Thursday, they have open mic comedy. And on special occasions, they'll have them damn Mexicans doing a live broadcast. So go check out Honeysuckle Brand and the Mood Room Garden and Bar. Again, located at 711 Melby Street in Houston, Texas. Alright, baby. So it's time for our most immoral, unholy, controversial sometimes segment of this podcast called Spill the D.
Okay.
Hey.
Hyped up, heavy 808s, drop.
Hey, it's time to let it go, let it ride. Spill the D, don't run, don't hide. Danny G, AOZ on the mic tonight. Anonymous confessions, let's shed some light.
You've been on the show before. You've been a part of these before. So you know what to expect, right? These are listener confessions sent to us at the Weekly D Pod on Instagram, at the Weekly D Pod on Twitter or X, however you want to call it. Or you guys can email us your confessions to be read anonymously.
I can't feel my nose.
At theweeklydpod@gmail.com.
Tequila got to me.
Subject, spell the D. Alright, so our first confession is an anonymous one. Are you ready, baby?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a short one. Both of our confessions this week are a little short. Okay, now let's get into it. Okay, here we go. Been dating this girl for a few months. She's sweet, funny, a little mysterious. She used to be unhoused. I was really considering letting her move
Like
in.
homeless?
House.
Okay.
Remember, it's so politically correct sometimes.
Okay.
Okay,
Is this what you're saying now? Unhoused?
unhoused. I think that's the right word. I don't know why this looks off. Did I fuck this up? Hold on. Technical difficulties. Sometimes we have them on the show. Technical.
I'm sorry, but this
difficulties.
face is really cute.
Right?
I really like it.
Like it? Do you like it better now or before?
Now.
So my extra
Don't start.
pass made it a little bit better.
Don't start.
I'm just saying.
Don't
Like, would you
start.
agree?
Don't start.
Okay, I won't start. I won't start.
I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself. This is why we fought the last time.
Okay, I found it. You ready? Okay, so I've been getting my life together lately. Steady job, eating cleaner, even started reading self-help books I'll never finish. A few months back...
Wait, is this the homeless one?
Yes, unhoused. A few months back, I met this girl outside a coffee shop. She was unhoused at the time. She's super sweet, witty, kind of artsy, in that I steal lighters on accident kind of way. We'd been seeing each other for a while, and I was genuinely starting to think about letting her move in.
Okay.
One night, I invite her over for dinner and a movie. I wanted to impress her, so I made this rosemary garlic grilled chicken with roasted veggies and some bougie sparkling water.
Okay.
It looked amazing, Instagram worthy even. But when we sat down to eat, I noticed it tasted just a little off. Not bad, but like my seasoning and my decisions didn't fully.
Okay.
Anyway, we throw the menu on and start watching it. She's sitting next to me, but something's off. She's squirming, adjusting her legs, gripping the throw pillow, like turbulence hit the couch. Then it happens. She leans forward, clearly trying to time a stealth move with the loud part of the movie. But the movie cuts to silence. And she lets out a fart so violent, it sounded like a leather couch screaming in pain. It echoed off my walls like a sad trumpet solo.
That's very...
She doesn't even miss a beat, looks me dead in the eyes, and goes, "Damn, what are you feeding Chester?" Bro, Chester, my dog, wasn't even in the damn room. He was in the bedroom asleep for free and innocent. Then she bolts to the bathroom. 5 minutes go by, then 10. I get up to check on her, and that's when I see it. 3 tiny brown dots on my hallway floor. How dramatic.
Oh no.
Enough to make your stomach whisper, oh no.
Oh no.
That's when I realized it was a chicken. The one I seasoned with love and optimism. The one that looked like a home-cooked masterpiece, but may have sparked a gastrointestinal revolution inside her body.
He poisoned her.
Now I'm stuck. She's still sweet, still funny, but do I give her another chance? Or do I protect Chester, my floor, and what's left of my pride?
Oh my god.
Have you ever been on a date where you get food poisoning?
No, I haven't.
No?
No.
That sounds like worst case scenario.
Oh my god, that's never happened to me before. Has that happened to you?
No, I've gotten food poisoning tons of times before. Let's not talk about fucking Taco Bell. But never on a date.
Oh my gosh, that is so embarrassing. Poor girl.
No, and she was on the house. She was about to get like a home.
But what does that have to do? It was his food.
And he poisoned her.
It was his
I think he did
food.
it on purpose.
He should still house her just because of that. Poor girl. Poor girl.
Can you imagine? Got caught on your floor.
I mean, that's
not the worst, but it's kind of gross.
that happens.
I mean,
Being a human happens. Pobrecita. Thankfully, that's never happened to me.
that must be super embarrassing.
Yeah, especially on a first date.
Oh, it wasn't a first date. They had been dating for.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, he was thinking about housing.
Yeah, no, that's so embarrassing.
That's fucked up. That was a test.
Of course,
So sad.
you would be the jerk to not house her.
Why you gonna call me a jerk?
Just
I house you.
I am your wife.
You and Russell was like, hold on.
No, Russell's on my side.
I'm playing. I love you. Russell, it's okay. We're just playing here. I love you.
You're sleeping on the couch.
I mean, won't be my first time on the couch.
Oh,
Oh, you won't ever be my last. Oh, that looks so good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for our last confession?
Russell.
So we can end the show?
Yes.
Okay. So this was back in my party gremlin era, when I was still out here wilding for nose treasure. I've been in that boat.
Nose treasure. Okay.
A little sugar, booger sugar, you know?
Okay.
Okay, now full disclosure, I'm white.
I'm not from the streets in case people don't know.
Well, you might be a lot like this guy. Full disclosure, I'm white. Like, uses a Yeti cooler as a nightstand white. But I grew up in the hood, so I got just enough street in me to know how to ask for the usual without sounding like a mark.
Okay.
I hit up this plug named Tyreek, but everybody called him
Sounds like a
Lil
drug dealer.
Hulk. Everybody called him Lil Hulk. Because bro was like 4'8", but built like a protein bar with legs. He said he had leg surgery in Tijuana that gave him just enough height to see over his trauma. Funny thing is, he talks like Mike Tyson during pillow talk. But don't let the baby voice fool you. His biceps had veins that looked like Houston road maps. So he's Jack. The tiny guy, that's Jack. That is hilarious. Okay, he tells me to meet him behind the Family Dollar off 59 in Little York.
So like my dad, but if he was jerk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. He tells me to meet him behind a Family Dollar off 59 in Little York. Not in the lot, though. Behind it. Next to the broken ice machine and a cat with no tail. I show up in yellow Crocs, a NASA hoodie, and smelling like sour gummies. This man walks up slow, opens a Crown Royal bag, and hits me with, "Take it easy with this bag, big dog. This is the kind of stuff that make you see your own funeral." I dab him up, go home, and open the bag. It's fucking powdered sugar. Straight up powdered glaze. Look like a snow day for toddlers. I text him like, "Bro, what is this?" He texts me back with, "That's what you get for dressing like Post Malone's emotional support animal." And I ain't even gonna lie. I still hit a line out of pride. Tasted like betrayal, depression, and the floor of a Shipley's bathroom at 3 a.m. I'd be so mad if I got sold fake drugs.
Would you?
I'd be so mad.
I mean, it's expensive, right?
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know. Why are you talking to me like I know?
Okay, I haven't partaked in the booger sugar in a while, right? For at least 6 to 7 years. But that shit was $15 a dime. You know what a dime is?
50?
50. Little dime bag.
I know what they look like. I've seen them in movies.
Yeah, it's the little dime bags, the little Ziplocs, like the tiny ones.
Yeah, and then you told me it only lasts like 30 minutes.
Yeah, a bump. I mean, you get a couple bumps out of there.
That's crazy.
Imagine you get played by Little Hulk.
Would you go?
Go field goal his fucking ass. I'd find him and kick him. See how far I can kick him. Oh my god, that's terrible.
I don't know if I would get upset because I don't do drugs like that, but I can see why.
$50 and you find out it's fake?
I mean, if I find out makeup I bought was fake, yeah, I'd be pissed.
Oh, yeah, what if they just give you like Kool-Aid powder?
I'd be pissed. I'd be so...
That looks good.
You like it?
Yeah.
I like it too. Yeah. I told you we could have recorded again. I am going to stab you.
If you get a new episode next week, it's because I survived. If you don't, call 911. Well, anyways, I'm your host, Danny G. That was my incredible wife, the hilarious Noelia. This has been the Weekly D Podcast. Of course, it was my pleasure, baby.
Love you.
I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for being my partner in life and in this.
No, do you like this color for the leaf?
That's a little dark.
Because
maybe get the line.
Green is kind of like too light.
Get the line.
I'm going to mix it.
All right. So this has been the Weekly D Podcast. I'm your host, Danny G. That was my incredible wife. Remember, our dog, Roussel. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up, 5-star review. Go tell your friends about the Weekly D Podcast. Go buy your mom some tabs so she has a great holiday. Tell your friends about us, your mom about us, your grandma, your aunt, your uncle. Tell your whole family. This is a family show. Remember, the Weekly D is for the kids. And yeah, this has been the Weekly D Podcast. If you can't get it daily, get it weekly. Peace.
Our truth, laugh through the pain, raise a toast to the saints, and dance through the rain.
Hey, I came in swinging like I'm riding on foes. Got that cross on my neck, but I'm stepping on toes. Talking St. Michael while I'm breaking the seal. Tequila on the breath, but the face still real. Pope talk, Netflix, theories on deck. From the Vatican files to the government checks. Yeah, I said it. 9/11 got scripts, and January 6th had too many clips. Mama made mo, rosary lit. Midnight mass made us question the script. We ain't perfect, we just real ones talking. Put some holy water on the mic, now we talk.
Say your peace, baby, spill that tea. A little love, a little sin, and some rosary beads. From the age to the heavens, we do it our way. On this mic, we pray and laugh all day. Spill the tea. Tell them what you see. In this church of chaos, we find our peace.
I got baptized, then baptized the blunt. Told my T.O. that the Pope probably know what's up. Mama crying when the priest gave a speech, but I was outside trying to roll up in peace. They called me local, but I spit that truth. Drop confession so hot, got the mic in the booth. Lil' homie farted, blamed the dog, no lie. Then the chicken hit back and he barely survived. Saints and sinners all sitting on the couch, laughing through the madness when we let it all out.
Say your peace, baby, spill that tea. A little love, a little sin, and some rosary beads. From the age to the heavens, we do it our way. On this mic, we pray, then laugh all day. Spill the tea, let it ride with me. Tell the truth, say a prayer, then set it free. Oh.
Tell your mama you love her. Light a candle, kiss you out willow, then go roast the Pope if you got jokes.
And if you spilled a little too much tea, don't worry, your Diosito forgives, and so do we.
Till next week, keep spilling that tea.
Oh.